Well, what can I say? Congratulations. The Gold Coast Titans have proven me wrong. They've proven me wrong at the start of the year, at the middle part of the year. I did a video. I said the Gold Coast Titans are overrated. I said they're overhyped. I said they will do nothing this year. I said they won't play finals football. I said a lot of negative things about the Gold Coast Titans, and I will not apologise for that because at the time, that's what I felt was the right thing to do, and that's how I felt at the time. And then at the halfway mark, I looked a bit like a genius. I thought the Gold Coast were gone. Then last week, when they were beaten by Newcastle by 1 point with 10 seconds to go, I thought they were gone. The results go their way. Canberra get beat by the Roosters. Cronulla lose to Melbourne. Gold Coast, all they had to do today was beat the Warriors by more than 11 points. And they did that. And they have finished in 8th position, and they will play the Roosters in week 1 of the finals. You know, I have said a lot of things in the past on this channel that is very controversial and that will get people's attention. But let me just start by saying congratulations to the Gold Coast Titans. They have now made the semi-finals. They have proved me wrong, and I just got to say all the best for them. Now, I'm obviously a little bit angry because I made a bet at the start of the year that if the Gold Coast Titans make the finals, I was so confident that they would not make it that I would get a Titans tattoo. When the lockdown is over, things will get that will get going. But you know, I just got to say congratulations to the Gold Coast, and they've proved me wrong, and all the best for the rest of the year, Gold Coast. Well done. They proved me wrong, and fair play to them. You know, I could easily come on here and go off my rocket and say, oh, screw you Warriors for stuffing up. But hey, look, at the start of the year, I made the bet with everyone. I said if it happens, then I'll be a man of my word, and they proved me wrong. So fair play to them. Good luck to them. Well deserved. But let's get into the Sunday football review. I hope you guys are doing well on this Sunday night. Let's get into it. So obviously there was 2 games today, and let's face it, both games were quite boring. The Titans beat the Warriors 44-0, and the Bulldogs smashed the Tigers 38-0. The Titans-Warriors game, the best part about that game today was the fight between Wallace and Matt Lodge, and then Kane Evans throwing a punch. That was the only good thing I really liked about it. It was pretty hilarious. And then that Titans fan took off his shirt and he went crazy, which I thought was hilarious. And then the Dogs-Tigers game was out and out punish. It was a very, very miserable game to watch, that one. But let's get into the first one. So we'll go back to the first game where the Titans beat the Warriors. So we'll go through it real quick because, like I said, they were both one-sided games. Not much to really talk about. Second minute of the game, Warriors, no try to Uinake. He knocks the ball on over the line. 6th minute, Jaden Campbell scores from dummy half. Puts a nice grubber kick in for himself. Jaden Campbell scores. Titans 6-0. 10th minute, Tyrone Peachey goes very close, but he knocks the ball on over the line as well. 20th minute, Titans score through Mitch Rain from dummy half. Titans 12-0 after 20 minutes gone. 34th minute, Tyrone Peachey goes to the right-hand side of the field. Passes it to David Fafita. David Fafita goes over and scores for the Gold Coast. Half time, Titans 16-0 over the Warriors. And I'm thinking to myself, the Warriors can be a good second half team at times, but can you really trust them? And second half, Titans start the second half off really well. David Fafita budges over from dummy half. Titans 22-0. The game looks gone. The Warriors look gone, and I think this try pretty much sealed the deal. 54th minute, Jamal Fogarty to Tyrone Peachey to Jaden Campbell to Brian Kelly. Kelly scores in the corner. Titans 28-0. The game is over. The Titans are in the finals. The game was over at this point. And then 64th minute, Jazz Tavaga gets sin binned for a, I think it was a late shot or something. He goes for 10 in the bin. And then literally a minute later, there is chaos. Jared Wallace versus Matt Lodge. Both players end up getting sin bin. Kane Evans gets bin for throwing a stupid punch. Again, another bad attempt for a punch from Kane Evans. He goes for 10 in the bin. So at this stage of the game, the Titans are down to 12 men. The Warriors are down to 10 men. It's 12 on 10. It's pretty bad for the Warriors. And then the Titans, they score a try in the 66th minute for Patrick Herbert. And then the Titans go to 32-0. Jaden Campbell scores his second try of the game. Titans 38-0. And then with about a minute to go, Moe Fodawaker scores of a nice kick. Fodawaker ran about 40 metres to get this ball. And full time, the Titans have beat... Oh no, actually there was another try, was there? Oh, whatever the score was. Anyway, who cares? Titans 44-0. What a game. The Titans absolutely pumped the Bulldogs. They were terrible. The Warriors... Titans pumped the Warriors, I should say. The Warriors were terrible. They showed no guts today, the Warriors. They showed no respect for the jersey, and I think the Warriors are just looking forward to the season being over. The Sharks, well, they missed out on the finals due to losses earlier in the year to the Dogs, to the Broncos. So, you know, everyone can talk about, the Sharks should have made the 8. Well, when you lose to the Dogs who came last, the Broncos who had another bad year, those sort of results will come back to haunt you eventually, and that's exactly what happened with the Sharks this year. But the Titans, they did well today. They were very dominant, and I would go on record and say today was one of the best wins in the Gold Coast Titans history. 44-0. The pressure was on them. It was the most pressure the Titans had been under probably since 2010. So Titans very dominant today, and well-deserved win for them. Pretty much everyone played well for the Gold Coast today, but my top 3 players on ground for the Gold Coast versus New Zealand game. Number 3, I'm going to go with Brian Kelly. I thought he had a really good game. Number 2, I'm going to go with David Fafita off the bench. Scored 2 tries. I thought he was outstanding. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Jaden Campbell. I thought he was incredible today, Jaden Campbell. He had a fantastic game, and I think he deserves to be the man of the match. So Jaden Campbell gets my man of the match in the Titans' 44-0 win over the hopeless Warriors. Let's move on to the other game, which I'm not going to spend long on because it was such a bad game to watch. Bulldogs 40. What was the final score? Bulldogs 38, Tigers 0. I literally fell asleep watching this game for about 20 minutes. That's how bad the game was. From the 35th minute to the 50th minute, I was actually asleep for this game because it was that bad. But the Bulldogs, they got off to a great start. In the 9th minute, Nick Meaney scores the first try of the game. Bulldogs go out to a 4-0 lead after 9 minutes gone. 11th minute, Jake Avrillo scores for the Dogs. Dogs 10-0 after 11 minutes gone. Really good start for the Dogs. 25th minute, the Bulldogs get a penalty goal. Nick Meaney converts it. Bulldogs 12-0. 31st minute, Nick Meaney scores his second try of the game. Bulldogs 16-0 over the West Tigers. Half time, Bulldogs 16-0, and I'm going, can the Tigers make a comeback? Will they show some guts? They were terrible in that first half. The Tigers, absolutely terrible. It was hard to watch. Second half, the 42nd minute, Jack Hetherington, of all people, goes over and scores for the Dogs. Dogs 22-0. I'm thinking the Dogs are just about home here. And then to pretty much seal the deal, 59th minute, Jaden Ockenbaugh scores on the right wing. Bulldogs 26-0. 20 minutes to go. The game is well and truly over. The Bulldogs win the game. And then the Bulldogs with a couple more late tries. 67th minute, Corey Allen scores for the Dogs. Dogs 32-0. And then 70th minute, Jake Averillo scores his second try of the game. Will Hopewade converts the goal in his final game for the Bulldogs. He's off to St. Helens in the Super League. And the Bulldogs win 38-0 over the West Tigers. The Tigers were diabolical. They showed absolutely nothing. The Tigers do get Jackson Hastings and Oliver Gildart next year from the Wigan Warriors, but it just seems like the Tigers would need a bit more than that for them to be a much better side next year. Bad year for the Tigers. They finished in 13th spot. They finished with a record of 8 wins and 16 losses. Really disappointing. A bad year for the Dogs. I mean, for the Tigers. The Dogs as well, but good to see the Bulldogs show us some good signs today. A very good win for the Dogs over the West Tigers. But my top 3 players on ground for this game though between the Tigers and the Bulldogs. Number 3, I'm going to go with Jack Hetherington. Actually, I thought he had a really good game today. Hetherington played left side back row, scored a try. And I thought he had a really good game. Number 2, I'm going to go with Jake Averillo. I thought he played really well today as well. Averillo scored 2 tries, played really well. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Nick Meaney. I thought he was outstanding, Nick Meaney. He had an incredible game today in his final game for the Bulldogs. Scored 2 tries. Nick Meaney's off to the Melbourne Storm next year. He had a great game today, Nick Meaney, so he gets my man of the match. But guys, that's it for the Sunday football review. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great Sunday night, and I'll see you guys in the next one.